Hello, hello, hello. Johanna, since you're here, could you check on YouTube whether this is hello, hello, hello. Oh yeah, sounds like that's me. Are there people on YouTube, or is it
You're not pinned.
running? Could you just
It's
go on my channel
Can you hear me?
and it should show somewhere if I'm live.
Can you hear
I
me?
can see that I'm live, but I don't know.
Can you hear me?
Just to make sure people can see.
Can you hear me?
Or if there are people there.
But you can't hear me, can you?
If there's anybody there on YouTube watching this right now, can you send a chat message so that we know that you can see and everything's running okay? Yeah? I can't hear you, Johanna.
Can you hear me now?
Hang on, I gotta... Did you say something?
Yeah, but for some reason you
can't hear you.
It's so weird.
You're unmuted. I don't know why I can't hear you.
Going to see.
Maybe I have the sound. Select a speaker built in. Speak now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Okay. You're not pinned on YouTube.
So you mean on YouTube, the three of us are seen?
2 people are seen.
Okay, so I need to pin myself. Is that right?
Yeah, you need to pin yourself.
Okay, that'll be the day. Okay, so I need to pin myself. Do you know if there's anybody there?
Let me.
Is there anybody there on YouTube?
For some reason I can't see what's going on. Okay, now I can't see.
The sound is okay. Perfect.
Yeah, I can't see if there's anyone online.
Okay. All right. So let's go with this. I've just had a bit of a catastrophe in the last half an hour. Some cables have broken, so I don't have lighting for the whole meeting. So, but what I'm going to do is first, I want to first just say that this topic, what is true knowing, it was suggested or asked or voted for from one of you out there who's going to be watching this as a favorite topic. What is true knowing beyond concepts and intellectual understanding? Yeah. So because you asked for it, that's where we're going. So I'd like to let everybody know that you can ask for a topic, you can make suggestions, and I now have a Telegram channel and a Telegram group, and you can find the link to that in the at the bottom of this video in the description that you're watching, and you can join there, and then you'll be notified with links for Zoom and live streams. And in the group you can actually discuss, chat, ask a question, and it will be answered on the live stream. So just to get that out of the way before we I'm going to actually invite you to come in with me into a deeper space. Into the depth of you. So I'm going to ask you for a little while, like 15 minutes or so, we're going to just drop everything, absolutely everything, every story, everything. We're just going to drop together into where true knowing arises from. So if you'd come with me, if you'd really be willing to put the phones away, turn them off, put everything, every distraction aside, then you will get the direct answer that doesn't come from me to that question. It doesn't come from Ananta. However, Ananta is that which rests at the source of all being, where there is no individual knower and there is pure knowing. So if you just be willing to put everything aside, you get it on another level, okay? So I'm going to cut the lighting for a moment so if you just be willing to just close the eyes a moment. Waiting for nothing. There's nothing to wait for. There's nothing to understand. There's nothing to get. Just taking a pause on all the activities. Sinking. Like sinking down through the ocean. always at the bottom of the ocean. Is stillness, regardless of the movements, regardless of waves. Just like at the depth of you. Regardless what's moving on the surface. A placeless place. In you is right now. Absolute quiet. And in this moment, not knowing anything, no need to know, no concern, and yet there is an inherent knowing that you sit here. That you are here. That you are aware without any doing by your own nature. And there is nothing you need to do to be aware. It is simply your nature. And this is all the time. This is changeless. It doesn't come and doesn't go. On the surface of your life, constant waves, constant changing of experience. And yet at the bottom, at the depth, your being absolute stillness. And if you can, let go just a little more here. It's almost like you enter through a doorway into a dimension of you. That is truth itself. Existential being. And all the questions that ever have been asked are answered right here. There is no knowing what. There is simply the essence of pure knowing. It cannot be claimed. It cannot be owned. It cannot be used. It is essential. It is the essence. And any question that can be asked is directly, through direct response from here. This is the source. Of all knowing. So I'm going to invite you now to just very gently and slowly as you feel ready to open the eyes. So when you already dropped to a level of your being, then whatever is then transmitted, whatever is then coming through the transmission of words is already heard from the same placeless place from which it comes. So these days, truth is being spoken in so many ways, through so many forms, and even through the form of AI, right? With so many speakers, so much knowledge, so much information, so much on the surface now coming to speak the words of truth. Yeah, it's so very easy for anyone to gather those words, for any human to gather all these words and eat them up and start speaking them. And through an understanding, it's like it's being gathered and processed through a level of understanding that is actually often a mind understanding. What I'm speaking of here what I'm offering a taste is before. Before these words. It cannot be captured. It cannot be understood through the thinking process. Cannot be conceptualized, gathered and put into a concept and nailed. This is it. This is what truth is. Although it's often tried. Then what you get is humans arguing about truth. What is it in you that can hear what is being pointed to right now? Where is that can hear it before, during, and after the words? What is it in you that can recognize what's being pointed to? What is it in you that knows truth when it's heard? Like a ringing bell is going off. This is true, this is true, this is true, this is the truth, this is the truth, this is the truth. That ringing bell, what is that in you that hears that ringing bell? That in you that hears that ringing bell, that knows truth when it hears it, when it's hit with a recognition of truth itself, that cannot be held and claimed and owned and put in the pocket of the person. Now I got it. Now I have it. Now I put it in my pocket and keep it. It cannot be claimed. It cannot be owned. It's free. It's a living aliveness. What is it in you that can hear this? I don't mean hear these words. I mean hear what these words point to. There is no individual knower in that. no separation in that. But when it's recognized, when it's like seen through the being that is here looking through your eyes, seen, recognized, it's a moment of seeing the same speaker and listener There's nothing personal. In this moment of recognition, true knowing is known by no one. So when this recognition kicks in to this form of you, and it's recognized and it's tasted and it's home, there is no doubt. The mind of the persona can doubt, but this can never doubt. The story in the persona conditioning can tell lots and lots and lots of stories. This can never go there. This can never not know. And is never not here. So all this required is just to shut up on this surface level of persona, somebody trying to figure it all, just to shut up. And the knowing is immediate and direct. So when this is recognized as your true nature, as source, as your being, when this is recognized that this is truly what I am, then you will never trust the knowing of the thinking process, of the emotionality, of the this and the that, of the storytelling. You will never trust that knowing. And what is being spoken right now is not conceptual. Cannot capture it. But if you can hear it, it comes alive in you. And once it's alive, it's like the light is turned on. The light is switched on. The light of knowing. Used to be called enlightenment. But let's not get into that one. The loaded story of becoming enlightened has just got out of hand, really. So, direct and immediate, right here, right now. The light is on. If you are hearing these words, and you are hearing beyond the words. If you're hearing something here, tasting, if you're tasting, what is it in you that is recognizing that? What is the knower of that? So probably most of you who are watching this or listening to this, hearing this, tasting this, are maybe ready to hear that your whole life is about returning to this, realizing this, realizing, not just realizing intellectually, realizing understanding, but realizing through every level and layer of who you are. Sometimes you can be in ordinary human life. Sorry. And you're going about in these human happenings, and it's something you just know. You just know something when it's off. Or you just know that you shouldn't go there, or you should go there. You just know that even if I don't like all this thing, it's right for me. I have to be here. Even if I don't like this situation or this relationship or this happening that I'm part of, I have to be here. It's just this knowing. And sometimes it makes no sense at all. Yet the knowing is coming into your human levels. And sometimes the whispering, it's like a whisper that's so quiet, you cannot hear, but just the knowing is there. And if that, sometimes we call that intuition, yeah? If that is louder than your human wants and don't wants and stories, then you are directed and moved and directed in exactly the way that's going to bring you to the return. The return back to your essence, to your source, to your being, to the thing that you've taken this life for in the first place. Like you've come into this life with a trajectory in this lifetime. You have to know yourself, you have to know the truth, you have to know what is all this about, why am I here? You have to know that these answers, this comes alive in you, and it doesn't leave you alone, and it leads you into all kinds of places to unravel and reveal this knowing, this return for freedom. And it leads you, it leads the way. If you're listening to that knowing in your human levels, it leads the way. You can be on the surface levels of your persona in complete and utter destruction, like things are just appearing like they're just not going right, they're a mess and this and that and blah, 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 blah. But none of it is what has true meaning, because there is, on a deeper level, in your depth, a knowing that's moving you. It doesn't make sense all the time. It doesn't always make sense. But if you can hear it, and it is what moves you, it leads you all the time to deepening here, to revelation here. And when you can embody what you're realizing, your person is going to come undone. It's going, everything that is in your way that is keeping you small, that is keeping you in a certain kind of chained up identity, is all going to come undone and unravel. It's not always comfortable, yet there is a knowing in you, a deeper knowing that is the only way. It's where you need to go. You need to go for what is ultimately true. It's where you need to go, into the fire of truth. There is a knowing in you that that is the right way, because it's too much to live the lie. So even though there is this discomfort or this dying off, you know it's the way. And that knowing also comes. It's also like a thread that is at its source. The intelligence of the whole. The whole. So the quickest way to return is to be willing not to know. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know anything, I don't know, I don't know. There are some things that you just can't know. It's a living mystery, how all of this comes into being. There are just some things that you cannot know, but you know that. You know that you need to be willing not to know. And that's a true knowing. It's paradoxical and it cannot make sense for the mind, for the thinking process. It's not logical. So let's I'm going to open up for question or interaction. I'm just going to check my phone to see if there are any I'm just going to check my phone to see if there are any Okay, so does anybody, just a moment, I'm just going to adjust the light, so give me a second. Okay. Would anybody like to interact? You know, the kind of knowing that I'm talking about is really nothing to do with the person. On a personal level, in my own life, I don't have a clue. I don't know what I should, which way to go, this, that, and I don't need to know. And in that not knowing, you know, just to bring it to a practical sense in a lived human life, right? Then just to get abstract, to bring it here on the ground floor, I'm comfortable in not knowing. I'm very, very comfortable in not knowing what's supposed to happen next. And in that complete and utter space of being, there's a trust that has no doubt. It's not always on the person level. The person level can have doubts. Yeah. So there's the seeming contradiction, which is no contradiction at all. I am going to adjust the light again. Give me a second. So, would anybody like to interact or ask anything, challenge anything, confirm anything? I haven't got the hang of this yet, of being able to look at comments and see if there are any. I haven't worked it out yet how to do this whole thing at once. But as there's only 2 people on Zoom and nobody's raising their hand, so if there's anybody on the YouTube channel, if you want to ask, confirm, challenge, or anything, you can put a comment in the chat right now, and we'll see. I don't know. Okay, well, it has stopped flowing here. It's on that subject, at least. It has. Sabine.
Yeah, hello, Ananta.
Hello.
Oh, my
How?
English is not better than for.
Oh, you've
No,
been
no.
saying that for years, and we
Ah,
have these beautiful conversations.
Oh, yes, and um, it's the same question.
As
Yes, because you know who you are in the deepest, and I'm always in the persona to feel that. I'm not able to feel what I am. I can't feel it in a clear seeing like you
okay,
in
so
this grounding. And I'm always, when I go to the meditation with you, it's like a drop. It's nice, but when I'm always on the service. I'm always I identification with this persona.
okay,
It's
great,
always
great. Let me speak to that.
nice.
Let me just see if the lighting is. Yeah, this is a pity because I lost the cable broke, so the lighting is going weird. Okay, so it's okay. Thank you. All right. So Sabine, first of all, now please take a moment to. I'm going to ask you a question, and you take a moment before answering. Don't just answer like automation, right? So I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to take a look, right? So in the first place, right, you say, when I am in this meditation with you, I'm always in the surface and I'm always in identification, right? So what is it in you that knows that? Shh. Something in you knows that there's a surface experience happening and there is identification. That which knows that that is happening, what is that? And not only what is that, where can you find that? Can answer?
I feel it's a deep knowing, and in the same time, it's a loud noise.
Yes, but let me have the but, not you. It's my turn to have a but, okay? Right? So what you just said, I feel there is a deep knowing and a loud noise. So you are confirming that there is something which is aware of a deep knowing and a loud noise. What is it that is aware of both? Now you just stay there, and some words are just going to flow, but just stay there. Don't go thinking about that, right? So this, which is here now, that can hear, that can hear, that can hear, beyond these words. I want to tell your person, but don't go to your person, right? You have an expectation that this experience of knowing what I am has to have a certain kind of feeling. And this is not true. This is part of the illusion that is keeping you in a frustration, because it has nothing to do really with a feeling. So it's recognizing, it's recognizing. So in this very moment is the only place, the only time that it can be seen, right here, right now. It's not about a moment before or a moment after. It's just right here, right now. You do not need to be having a particular feeling of knowing who you are to know who you are. To know that that which is silent in you right now, that which is silent in you that is aware of all of the movements, including the deep knowing and of the loud noise. That which is aware of all of that is aware of itself right now, in this moment. How far away from you is that?
It's here now.
Before you go and grab the butt, grab the butt. Before you grab the butt, you said it's here now, right? And I know that you want to grab the butt. And in this laughter, in this laughter, in this laughter, it's here, it's here. But I cannot keep it. After the call, once it's gone, I will be back in my head with the noise, and then with that, you're already gone. So what I'm talking about is not any experience that you need to capture and hold and keep in time, because what I'm talking about is here always, regardless of experience. It is not even an it, doesn't care about the experience that's happening.
Yes, and the you tell frustration, and it's not my word, but it's like a bomb. Yes, that is what the experience the last 6, 7 years, again and again and again, frustration, because I want to keep a feeling. I want to keep a safe place. I want to have something in my hand to
Yes,
never get it away.
exactly.
And it
This is
is,
the cause of
yes,
suffering. This
yes,
is the cause. You see, because this is the grasping, this is the attachment, this is the clinging. And when you can see it in that, that is showing you that attachment and clinging and grasping is happening in every area of your life. And that is the cause of the suffering. That is what's in your own way. Anything you're attached to, anything you're clinging to, anything you're grasping, and it's showing up in the very experience of trying to grasp and attach to an experience of this, so that then what? Then you will be free of all this attachment and grasping. So it's paradoxical. You create it all by yourself. And it's very simple. It's very, very simple to get out of that. And what do I mean by it's very simple is that all it needs is a recognition. All it needs is to see the point. To really get the point is all that it needs. It's not that you have some big job to do to come out of that. You just need to see it for what it is. Once you've seen that the what you thought was a snake coming at you is a rope, that's it. It's done. You're no more afraid of the snake. You're no more fighting the snake. It's a rope, right? So it's a seeing, it's a recognition. I'm going to invite you to come on the retreat next weekend. We have a retreat starting Friday. Come and take a deep dive. It's time for you to revisit.
And it's also possible to make a question when in the retreat, or it is only to listen to the
No,
retreat?
you have a choice. In the booking on the thing, you can book either interactive with me or viewing only.
Okay.
Two possibilities. This is only online. We're not having the retreat in person.
Okay.
All online.
Nice.
And it's intimate and it's small. There hasn't been a lot of promotion, so it's a small gathering, and there will be time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've only not able to interact Friday. Friday is beginning. I don't know when the time on Friday is the beginning day. Or
Yeah, starting Friday. Yeah.
starting and how long?
How long? What? In a second.
40, 30?
How long? What? Put the line.
It's only for 2 hours, or on Friday?
No, it's all day. You go on to
Okay.
if you look, just give me a second.
Ah,
If you look, go on my YouTube channel, look on the last video, and in the description you see the link to the retreat, and follow that link and you'll get all the information of the timings and the pricing, and all the information is there. We start Friday, I think we start at 12:30 p.m. or 12:45, I can't remember. London time. And it's 2 times 2-hour sessions. So it's a 2-hour intensive, then a break, and then another 2-hour intensive. And we dance a bit and put music and do a little bit of some other things as well.
yes, I will come. Nice.
Great.
Yes.
It's so lovely to get closer with you again. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then time to interact. And
Yeah.
now everybody wants to interact with you. It was very nice, the frustration to point on the frustration, because it's when the next time it's easier for me to okay,
Right.
that's
I'll give you a little key of how to deal with the frustration, okay? Right? You look for satisfaction in little things. So start to find the satisfaction in the cup of tea you're drinking. Oh, find the satisfaction in that. The food that you're eating, find the satisfaction. Find little things to be satisfied about throughout the day. This will diffuse the frustration. It's actually the lack of satisfaction turns into frustration. for you as a generator. Okay, really lovely to meet you again. It's been a few years, yeah? Thank you, Sabine. Yeah. And I'm sure that what you asked is for so many, whoever will watch this, either now or in time to come. Your question is so valuable because it's not just yours, it's so many. You're a representative for that aspect in the collective. It's everybody's question. I don't mean everybody, but many. So you're not alone, believe me, ever. I just check. Okay, I don't see any chat. I don't know if I'm even supposed to. I'm not used to this thing. So I'm just having a look on the YouTube thing. I don't see any. Oh, I don't know where the chat. I don't understand it. I'll have to find out. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today. And whoever's there or not there or watching this later, thank you for staying this far. And if you'd like to know about upcoming live streams, join the Telegram channel. You find the link in the description. And there's also a Telegram group where you can put your questions or your sharings or your discussion or your whatever. It's just a thing that I'm going to start building because I'll be doing more of these lives. So if you have favorite topics that you'd like for me to dive into with you, welcome. And yeah, the retreat, we have a 4-day retreat starting this coming Friday. So you're very welcome, and you'll find the link for that in the description also. And let's just take a moment again of silence to return. As an oceanic being, your whole being is oceanic. And just like the ocean, there are waves on the surface, and in the deep, always stillness. And as you sink down, there are currents. And it's all here. At the same time, always, you are oceanic, multi-dimensional. Thank you. for your presence. Ciao for now.